everybody, Steve List here, and this is part 7 of our agriculture tour, spring 2021. And I am standing in the middle of our vegetable plots, our learning center for testing and trying out new varieties. And as you can see, it doesn't look very good because we're digging it out. This is going to be mostly peppers and basil in here because we do have our tomatoes over there. I like starting my tomatoes March 1st. I like starting my peppers May 1st. So we're getting ready right now, transitioning and doing new things. We're pulling out all the old stuff if it's no good and feeding it to the chickens. I have this plot over here and I'm gonna plant this all in lima beans. Last year we did watermelons, but I've never grown lima beans. I love lima beans. This is our lima bean plot. We still have strawberries from the last few years. I keep threatening to pull them out and replant them, but sometimes I'm a little lazy. I do have some beets and parsley in here. We'll leave the beets going for a while longer. Our cilantro, this is a really good tip. I haven't planted this cilantro in 3 years. I let it go to seed, and then the seed will sit here all summer long, and then it will come back in the fall next year. So this is always going to be our cilantro garden. Sometimes we get little volunteers around here, but we just chop them off. And then over here, this was my spinach garden. We had 3 varieties of spinach. I must have harvested this 10 times. Unbelievable. I love spinach. I would rather eat a spinach salad than a lettuce salad. I come out here and I harvest the spinach. I go to the chickens. I get some eggs. I make myself a spinach omelet. Then, oh, do you have a question? Yes.
Yeah. When do you harvest your spinach?
As soon as it's up and it's good, I cut it. And I cut it down to that and it grows back.
You cut the whole plant?
No, I keep like 1 or 2 inches on it. Okay. Or I just trim it.
You
or
just
I take
trim
a piece.
from all the stems?
Yeah, kind of like if you look at this. Okay, this one here, it's flowering, it's pretty over. But maybe this one you could see it's been cut quite a bit. But if this was in January, I would cut it back like that.
Yes.
Okay? And then this will come back. So we did this over and over and over and constantly had this fresh organic spinach. And this still tastes really good. Oh my gosh, flavor on that is incredible. But this is always gonna be my spinach plant. My favorite vegetable, I think, to grow. And it's so good for you. So all this will come out. We do have a few onions in here too. And then I always emphasize now with this vegetable gardening is everybody should plant Swiss chard, okay? I call Swiss chard the summer lettuce. So you have greens in the middle of the summer. These are 2 years old. And we come in, hack them back, they grow back.
You also cut, like spinach, everything
down, or you could just come in here and do this.
Leaf by leaf.
Just cut them. I don't like it to go to flower too much, so I'll come in here and clean it up. And this will help promote new growth. Sometimes on vegetables, when they flower and they bolt, the vegetable tends to get a little bitter. That doesn't happen too much with spinach. It does happen a lot with lettuce. But here's some great Swiss chard. I like to just saute it. I just like to stir fry it for a few seconds, a little olive oil, and that's it. You don't need salt because it is kind of a salty vegetable to begin with. So this is our Swiss chard. Everybody needs a Swiss chard garden. Kale, if you like kale, that's another one that goes year-round, and collards go year-round. We have some cabbage that, again, it did okay. We took a few out and ate it, but if you look in here, this is why you're pretty much done with winter vegetables. It is just loaded with your cabbage aphid. You can see them in here. They have a sticky honeydew, and they're very, very hard to control. Once it gets to that point, it's time for the chickens. The chickens will love this stuff. I'm going to keep this purple one because it's not infested with the aphids. Hopefully we'll get enough of a head where we can eat it, but most of it's going to be gone. And then we're going to start planting peppers. So I've got about 15 varieties of peppers that'll be going out here, 4 or 5 different basils. So this is going to be our basil or a pepper, lima beans. I may plant a little bit of eggplant. I haven't decided. I plant stuff that I like. I don't really like eggplant. Mustard. Always like mustard. Add a little bit to this to your salad. Woo, it's good stuff. So there's only 1 variety left. I had 2 varieties of mustard in here. And then here's the end of our lettuce. we'll clean all this out and plant it too. So you can see a transition period. Timing is very important. Again, the next couple weeks, this will all be planted up in peppers, and then I think I'll give you guys a lesson on peppers, how to plant, what to plant. So that being said, we'll go on to video 8 in a minute.